everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a great day. So today we're going to be talking about Miss Meteor. It was a good book. What I want to start with saying is this book is pretty much for everyone. It is a beautiful book about rising to the occasion, stepping out of your comfort zone, and just being yourself. I think that's the core of this novel, and it is. You definitely understand that from beginning to end. This novel is about being yourself, and that's what I think is incredible about the story. So the novel is about it's about two girls. It's about two girls, right? But one of the girls is made out of stardust, and she's turning back into stardust. She doesn't want to go. She loves her friends. She loves where she lives. And the story takes place in this small little town, I believe in Texas. Right, it takes place in Texas. And she, as a human, in her human form, she looks Hispanic. She looks Mexican. I say that as a Mexican, but I don't think you'd know it to look at me. Everyone in my family is very pale, and they're from Zacatecas and Jalisco, so people only know I'm Mexican when I'm talking. But regardless, I think that's another reason why I was able to connect to the story, because it is about fitting in and trying to find your place in a society that would otherwise try to alienate you and push you out, and that's what happens a lot in this story. So there's this Miss Meteor beauty pageant, and she decides she's gonna enter the beauty pageant, and because she's like, you know what, if I'm gonna go back to being stardust, I want to do something I really want to do before I leave. So she enters the Miss Meteor beauty pageant, and everyone's just like, oh, she's definitely not gonna win. She's not the tall, light-skinned girl from home, who's that traditional winner. No one thinks she's gonna win. She's the underdog of the story, and I think that that's great. I like that she's the underdog of the story, and I love how the authors, they just decided to incorporate this magic into this underdog story, because it's not just about this girl made of stardust. It's about her friends as well. They're all kind of dealing with something. You've got the boy she likes, and who is it's a really subtle detail. It was very subtle. You knew that there was something between him and his sister, who's like the antagonist of the story. He gave Estrelita, that's her name. He gave her his bike. It's a girl's bike. The authors drop in a lot of hints as to his identity, and I feel embarrassed I didn't pick up on this until the end. Until that moment where he says, you can have this dress. And he's like, my grandmother gave it to me. And that's the moment you're just like, oh. But there are other moments throughout the story, and I think it's great that the authors just kind of throw in these subtle hints of his identity, because it's his identity to share with others when he chooses to. And that's what I think is great about this novel, that they highlight choice. Owning yourself is great, but when you're in but being free to express yourself, that takes a lot of courage. And it's really hard to be courageous and brave. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but in the world that we live in, with all the hate that goes on, you can understand why people just kind of keep to themselves. Which is a shame, because I think everyone should live their true selves. And that's what this novel is pointing out. Be like, you have to, there are going to be haters. There will always be haters. Always. But all these characters, they find that courage. Sorry, my nose is like super itchy. Ah. They find the courage to open up who they are. And the same goes for gosh, I can't remember. Chiquita. Chiquita? The banana brand. The Chiquita banana brand. That's her name. Her, not the Stardust Girls, that's the Starlita. But she does make that joke. She's named after the banana brand. I thought that was cute. I can't remember the name of the brand right now. I don't know why I keep saying Chiquita, but maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. You'll correct me in the comments below. But that's her name. And she's spent her life as an outcast because she doesn't conform to the social norms. When she was a younger girl, she gave another girl a ring pop ring. And from that point on, everyone just teased her and called her a lot of they were mean. So she's kind of spent her life, she only has really the one friend, other than Lita. Really hope I'm getting their names right. I looked at my notes really briefly, but I really have to find my damn notebook. I just know that she has very few friends because she's always afraid of people alienating her and not accepting her because she's different. And I think at some point in our lives, we all kind of have that fear, especially in high school. We just want to make friends. We just want, it's kind of in our nature to be a part of a community. So we just want everyone to like us, and we'll just fit the norm. But at some point, I think we all have to just acknowledge that no one's going to be like anyone else. This concept of normal is abnormal. Besides, it's overrated. What's chaos to the fly is normal for the spider. So, this idea of normal is objective, and does not fit everyone. And I think there is no such thing as normal. It's just being who you are, owning yourself. And that's the entire vibe I get from this novel. And that's why I loved it. It was funny, it was heartwarming. These characters finally own themselves, and they find that spark inside themselves to be true to themselves and to live out who they are with all the joys and complications that come with it, while also finding the acceptance from the ones that matter, like their families and loved ones. They find the acceptance there because that's all that matters. They find the acceptance inside of themselves, and that is the most important thing in the world. Everyone else, it doesn't matter what everyone else in this world thinks. It's what you think of yourself that matters. You have to love yourself most. And if people do not accept you for who you are or love you for who you are, then you know what? Screw them. So, this was Miss Meteor. It was a fantastic novel. It was magical and fantastical and realistic and just heartwarming. Lots of LGBTQ representation in this novel, which I thought was fantastic. I think this is definitely an empowering novel, and I, for one, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was just blown away by this novel. So once again, this was Miss Meteor. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Not quite there at 5, despite how much I'm ranting and raving about it. It didn't just quite blow me away. I like to reserve my 5s for novels that really just like blow me away. Otherwise, what's the point of this rating system? So, Miss Meteor, 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a great novel. Highly recommend it. Definitely recommend it to everyone. Now, if you want to go ahead and purchase the book, which once again I highly recommend, I will include a link in the description below to bookshop.org. Please purchase off of bookshop.org and not Amazon. If you want to purchase off of bookshop.org, purchase off of Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, Books A Million, Book Depository. Support booksellers any way that you can. Amazon does not need our help. You know, they make enough money everywhere else. I say that as someone who I just shop on Amazon, except for my books. My books I get off of Barnes & Noble, Bookshop.org, Book Depository. Support your booksellers, please. Now, if money's tight, which I get it, we're all still recovering from this pandemic. It's chaos. Please check out the book from your local library. Libraries are a great resource for the community and definitely deserve all the support that we can give to them. And you know what? You can get paperbacks, you can get ebooks, you can get audiobooks. Anything under the sun, you can get it from the library. Just download the Libby app or the Overdrive app. You can get a digital library card from your library's website. Just check it out. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.